Welcome to Megadad's Live. On today's show, we're talking all about Pikmin 4. We've also got letters to Mabel, super positives, and the caboose. But before we start, we want to give a great big thanks to our top Extra Life contributors, Dave Moore and Luke Porter. Thank you guys so much for supporting us in our Extra Life 2023 campaign. If you guys want to support and donate as well, the links are in the description. We thank everybody for their participation and for their support. And hi, hello. You guys want to talk about Pikmin? Okay, let's talk about Pikmin. This is Megadad's Live.
Before we begin, I have two suggestions, okay? When we talk about the games, I think it'd be cool if we took a quick look if we're not familiar with the game at the visuals. A lot of times I don't do that. Like you're talking about a game, I'm like, shit, I didn't even know this existed. And then we, take a peek at it so we have questions, you know what I mean? That it just gives a lot context to it. So that was my one thing. And then my second thing is a lot of times we talk about the games and then at the end we ask maybe a question because like we're not interested in the game a lot of times. Like Adam, you don't like this game. You're like,
I'm not interested in any of the games you play.
Right. You're like, I'm tuning out, but it doesn't make for good podcasts. So do your best to ask questions. Do your best to ask questions. And you are the uninformed person coming into the conversation. I'm the knowledgeable one. No, I'm saying like you're just playing a role. Like you don't know and I do. So just
Megadad's Live is a mature-rated podcast. It's for the Megadads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
So just ask some questions and explore together so it's more of a back and forth. That's all I was going to say. I was taking a shit and I was like, these are two good suggestions.
I'm glad that you're thinking of content when you're taking a deuce.
Don't you? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. I'm fucking ready.
Please don't do that anymore.
Oh my God. Let's keep it light, guys.
Antonio, how's life been for you?
I have the best story for you. I got my daughter was sick, right?
Woo!
Terribly ill.
Good start.
Yeah.
Keep going.
We found out eventually after like 10 days of her being sick in and out of the ER, she had a respiratory virus that was actually kind of rare. They had to do like the test that they don't usually do to figure it out. Then I got sick. She's fine. She's her, usual peppy self. She's happy. And then I started getting sick and I pretty much got the same thing, right? So I'm basically 10 days sick. About halfway through, my lungs start hurting as I take steps, like burning. Like if you've been outside in the cold and you just like huffed like really cold air. So I go in
or metallic paint.
Yeah, when you're huffing,
when you're huffing outside and it's cold.
So I'm in pain. I go in and they're like, you basically have bronchitis, right? So what ends up happening is they prescribe me stuff that helps. I'm like, great, I have some relief. So I have like a Buterol inhaler and some other stuff. So it turns out that they prescribe me prednisone, which is a steroid. Okay. Now the doctor at the time of prescribing this for me does not say anything about it. Just says, we're going to give you something that's going to help your lungs, right? And it did. So little did I know, I'm hyped up like a chipmunk on steroids. My first time taking this thing, right? I had heard of it because, like, I think my wife's mom had taken it at one point, etc. So I am hyped out of my mind. So day one, I'm like just like doing things like I am just like active and just going around. So over the next 5 days, I'm up until 4 a.m., 2 a.m., 5 a.m. I'm watching like the sunrise and stuff like that. I'm cleaning
the sunrise.
I'm cleaning the entire house. I'm talking about I'm organizing the forks by size. Like everything is spotless. Everything is spotless. I'm cleaning things I didn't know you could clean. Like I'm organizing the cereal boxes by like alphabetical order. Like everything was hyped. Like I was going, and I'm still sick. Like I'm over here like coughing and like in pain, but I could not sit still. So modern medicine, everybody. So I do I end up giving my dogs like a little like a manicure, like
I thought you gave
like
them
cleaning
some of
their
your
nails. No.
Slip the dog a little steroid.
I groom them, like running the brush through them, like, oh, your nails, like, like literally finding anything to do. And then it hits me. Dogs don't have arms. Dogs don't have arms. Isn't that weird?
No, it's pretty normal for dogs.
But so I'm hyped out of my
dogs
mind.
don't have arms either.
It's 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh my god, because I'm like, oh, I'm giving you a manicure. I'm like, wait, no, I'm
you're
not.
Yeah.
This is a pedicure. Dogs don't have arms, and I am freaked out. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you don't have arms. Like, could you imagine living without arms?
So they shake with their feet.
What?
When a dog shakes hands.
Yeah, when you teach a dog to shake.
So does that mean a dog is shaking hands, but they're shaking feet?
I'm barely learning.
Well, here's the thing.
The reality, it's barely hitting me, so I wouldn't be the one to ask.
We call it shaking hands because that's what people do. Dog just wants the treat. Like, he doesn't care. It's like, look, I put my foot in their hand. He's happy about it. I get a begging strip. Everybody wins.
Kind of a fetish thing when you really think about it.
Whoa. So basically,
man, what's not?
Basically, that's my story. That's what's been happening to me, and I screwed myself up by coming to that realization hyped out in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep for hours. I was like,
what else?
I was so sad for them. I'm like,
no, I'm just picturing him sitting outside as the sun rises that morning. Like, damn, no arms.
Yeah.
Now my
that must
brain
be
is
so hard for them.
My brain now is going to like, what if we didn't? And then like all the things that we do. So like, what does a dog do with their front paws that they don't with their back? Other than like they shake, they dig, right? Yeah, so if we were doing some sort of manual hand labor, we would be doing that with our feet, right? So if we were gardening, and we were a dog, we would be doing that with our feet.
So they're just really talented, is what you're saying. They can
really
do
fucking
things
talented
with their feet that we would have to do with our hands.
Those dogs, if they wore a watch, they would be wearing it on their ankle.
All right,
Antonio, what's your super positive?
I don't really have one. I'm kind of hyped out of my mind. Just skip me right now. I'm rolling.
Shouldn't you have too many choices?
My brain is.
Is your super positive prednisone?
I'm super positive about modern medicine. I mean,
talk about the sunrise.
I don't know. If you're a doctor and you're prescribing something like that, you should say something. I was confused and I thought I was going to die. I'm over here looking at my dog's limbs. Come on, man. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm happy I'm alive. Jesus. Like,
you're happy for your arms.
Oh my God. Yeah. So
happy to be alive.
Dad's been super positive. Hyped up on prednisone steroids.
Let's talk about some games, huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
Pikmin 4 is a strategy game developed by Nintendo, published by Nintendo, and it's available on Nintendo Switch. I love Pikmin. I've played all of the Pikmin games, but if you were to ask me in my old age what the differences were between the 4 Pikmin titles, I think the lines kind of blur for me. I have a favorite Pikmin game, which is Pikmin 2. And the reason that I like Pikmin 2 the most was because that game had like the really great licensed treasures. So
I was going to say Duracell batteries as a joke.
Oh. No, that is for sure.
I know that's in it.
Real.
I know that's there. I just didn't think that would really be your favorite thing about it.
That's absolutely my reason. So Pikmin is a game we'll cover for people that somehow don't know what Pikmin is. Pikmin is a strategy game where you are a miniature little space explorer stranded on an island, and you create this army of plant-like creatures. You pull them out of the ground like flowers, like greenery, and they follow you around, and you can issue them commands to attack enemies or to collect treasures. All the while, you're like trying to rebuild your ship, and make your way to the next area. It's like strategy game light, strategy game for kids. And all the Pikmin have different powers based around their color. So red Pikmin are fireproof, blue Pikmin can swim, yellow Pikmin are impervious to electric attacks, so on and so forth, right? And this has kind of been the staple of the Pikmin series. That has not changed. It's the backbone of Pikmin. Every game has that with slight and subtle differences.
It's Olimar.
You called it a strategy game for kids, and I'm just thinking about every time I've had just like swaths of Pikmin die and their souls leave their bodies.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man,
That's morbid.
It's the thing because they're so cute, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at these cute little guys. Oh my God, they're being eaten alive by this giant plant creature.
Like, oh, he's eating them.
This giant bulbous thing with a ladybug's ass is eating them alive, and you can hear them
I'm watching them
things.
ascend to heaven.
Yeah.
So if you're Olimar throughout all the games,
No.
like the little guy with the helmet, he's a space guy. No,
Olimar is the main. Olimar is present in all of the games. He's the main character of Pikmin 1. He is one of 2 players in Pikmin 2. That game could be played co-op, I believe, if I'm remembering, or maybe it was just you switched between the characters and you sent them in different directions. Pikmin 3, you were a completely new character who was, I don't remember their mission, but you find Olimar like at the end game of Pikmin 3. And Pikmin 4 seems to be, I have not finished it, kind of the same deal. You get to create your own character in Pikmin 4, which is kind of cool. So you have all sorts of different options to select from. You can be a short little fat dude, or you can be a tall skinny girl. Standard Nintendo, character, you can change their hair colors, their body size, and width and stuff like that. But you're your own character, you name them, and you are on a mission to rescue this troop of explorers that crash landed on this planet and got lost. And one by one, you go and find these people and rescue them. And I think the ultimate goal is to rescue Olimar, because Olimar is out there somewhere as well. It's pretty cool in Pikmin 4 because you actually have a base camp. So as you start to rescue these people, and there's not just members of this squad, there are actual almost like colonists, so like just normal people throughout the world. But as you rescue them, they populate your base camp. And if they are a member of the Rescue Corps, which is like your main mission to save these people, they all have special features to them that then get applied to the game. So there's a technician who will build new gear for you. There's one guy who is in charge of sending you out on night missions, and night missions are completely new to Pikmin. It becomes a tower defense game, which is actually cooler than I thought it would be because I'm not a tower defense kind of guy. But that opens up a whole new mission type. And it's kind of cool at the start of every day because that's the structure of a Pikmin game, is like it has a day-night cycle. You go out and explore the world during the day. You get back to base camp at night. But as you start each day, you get to see how your camp is growing and expanding with all these people that you're rescuing, which is kind of neat. But getting back to what I loved so much about Pikmin 2, it was that they had all of these real licensed treasures because you're this little guy collecting oversized treasures. So if you find a bottle cap, it's fucking huge to you. But it says like Mountain Dew on the top, right?
That's cool.
And then you can find like Duracell batteries, and they're all named like you wouldn't know what they are. So it's like a Duracell battery is like a proton fuel cell or something like that.
Oh, because that's what it is to you.
That's what it is to you.
That's cute. That's
cute.
That's the flavor that I'm looking for. That's nice.
And you can find all sorts of real life objects that, as this little space explorer, you have no idea what it is. Pikmin 3 did like the opposite of that. I think that whole game you were collecting like different kinds of fruit to make into juice. And it was just like not cool. I did not like that at all. Pikmin 4 returns to collecting real world objects. They don't have all of the licenses that they did in previous games. So a lot of the real things that you're finding are like Nintendo based. Like you find a Game Boy Advance, you find a GameCube disc.
Dope.
And then you
I
find
like that better. Is the GameCube disc Pikmin?
You know what? I'll have to get back to you on that. I didn't read the label close enough. I was playing in handheld mode, and my fucking eyes are like, I can't tell what that is on this little screen.
Okay.
I will report back.
Okay.
I have an important question. So you're, these space people. You're on this planet. The planet's Earth.
The
right?
planet is Earth. Yeah.
Okay, but why are there alien plants
It's okay
on Earth?
That's kind of the weird thing with Pikmin is like
No shit.
You are very clearly on like, and even more so in Pikmin 4. Like you can see, you're in a yard. You can see a house. You can see fence posts and toys, and you're crawling through a sandbox. But yes, all of the enemies are like
Aliens.
fantasy bug plant hybrid creatures.
I
So there's
see.
like spiders with sprouts on their head, and there are big bulb monsters that kind of look like yams, but like their ass is like a ladybug. So it's
I've
all
seen
like
these,
just this
yes.
really weird kind of fantasy. It's almost like what your imagination would be as a kid if you were laying down in the backyard and playing with action figures at eye level. Your fantasy, your imagination takes over and makes things a little bit more elaborate than they are. But all of the environments are real world environments. And so there are like underground levels where you go down essentially into like an in-ground sprinkler system. And you're walking through like the pipes and the tubes and stuff like that. So everything is really fun to look at from that perspective because, we always heard that like Miyamoto based Zelda on his adventures as a kid, like exploring, the woods around him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pikmin is like if you were exploring your backyard as a kid.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids thing going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and everybody loves that. Miniatures are fun.
It's super fun.
Two burning questions the people want to know. One of the things that got me off of this game early was the fact that to control the Pikmin, you blow a whistle. This was very annoying to me, and it was like, and like just like you rounded them up, and it like, is that still the case? Is this how you're controlling Pikmin via annoying sounds?
The controls in Pikmin 4 and the options to control and issue commands in Pikmin 4 are expanded upon from previous games. They're still pretty basic, so that it's not too complicated, but the whistle is one way that you can round up your Pikmin. You do get more gadgets as you get the engineer, so you acquire kind of like an all call. You send the satellite up into the air, and it'll round up every Pikmin on the map that is not currently doing an objective for you.
Oh,
So
that's
if they're
okay.
attacking
That's
something, they won't
okay.
come. If they're carrying a treasure to the ship, they won't come. But if they're sitting idle, everything in the map will round up to you.
Next big question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is Pikmin 4. You
Yeah.
said you like Pikmin 2. Is this old yet? Is this like, I don't hear a lot of like innovation going on in what you're saying. You mentioned the tower defense is new, but is it getting stale at this point? Pikmin?
There are a lot of new bells and whistles to Pikmin 4. There are new gameplay elements like the tower defense. There is a treasure race mode where you competitively try to get as much treasure as you can from like an enemy character who's trying to do the same thing within an arena. All of his Pikmin are running around trying to get the same things your Pikmin are trying to get and attacking enemies across the way. There are lots of new things to do, but if you don't like Pikmin or if you're burnt out on Pikmin, I don't think these are going to change your mind. It's just more to do so that you're not like, oh, well, this is Pikmin more, this is Pikmin 4. There's see what I did there? There's definitely a lot new in this game, and I feel like the more I play it and the more I unlock, the more I really appreciate it and want to play more. It starts out very much like, oh, okay, this is more Pikmin, but the things that they give you, and they continually feed you new things and upgrades and game mechanics and new Pikmin. I think I'm up to like 6 different Pikmin type right now. So the game does a very good job of like keeping you engaged and giving you more to do as you play. And it all just adds and layers on to what I think is probably the best Pikmin game yet.
Metascore is 87 and user score is a 9.0 out of 10. So we're having a universally acclaimed entry in this series. Pikmin 5, Adam?
Sure, why not? I mean, we're a little
Adam, it's your
far away
decision.
from that, but I mean, of course, this series is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow.
The thing with
Switch to
Pikmin,
5.
Pikmin though, like there is so much time between entries.
Yeah.
This is not a regular occurrence. Pikmin 1 is a GameCube game. It's almost like and then like 3 was on the Wii, and then there was nothing until now. Like these games, they're not going to shove 5 out the door real quick. For a while, it was Miyamoto would constantly say, or like he would say on a regular basis, yeah, Pikmin 4 soon.
For a couple of years.
Yeah, for like literal years, and like he'd do it like unprompted, and it's so yeah, if there is a 5, it's a long ways off.
And I'm all for Nintendo doing doing
Nintendo shit.
Well, and doing like it doesn't always have to be like a different kind of a Mario or a different kind of Zelda.
Right.
They have so many great properties, and I think this is kind of an underappreciated one. It's not unknown, and it's not like a sleeper hit, but like I don't think it gets the love that it deserves. And
I think it's very much a sleeper hit until we get to this point on the Switch.
Right.
This is wild. 2001 was the first Pikmin. That's insane. Pikmin 2 in 2004, and then a big gap. Pikmin 3 in 2013, a couple spin-offs, and then 2023.
It's just got such a satisfying gameplay loop. Like I'm not the kind of guy that likes a formula in games. You know, I like feeling like I'm progressing. I like story. There's not much of a story here, but there's something about this game where like there is such a loop. You do a day. I'm gonna play 1 day. I'm gonna play one more day, and you know exactly. I want to explore the map a little bit more. I want to send my Pikmin to do this. I saw this on the other day, and I didn't have enough time to get it, so I'm gonna go out and do one more expedition. And it's just such a satisfying loop of watching the time go by, looking at your map, looking at your resources. What am I going to accomplish within this day? And this entry is just like the most accessible and robust of the Pikmins. I honestly think by the time I get to the end of it, I think this will be my favorite of the series.
Nice. How long are the days? Like 20 minutes or like 40 minutes? They're not like super quick.
No, they're not very long. Yeah, probably 20 minutes would be about right. And some of the maps actually take advantage of the clock in ways that are unique. So the level that I'm on currently is a sea-based level. It's kind of like the beach, right? There's lots of water. And the tide will go out halfway through the day. You'll hear the chime of the bell, and then the tide will go out, revealing more of the map that was previously inaccessible. So they do unique things.
Okay, that's cool.
They do unique things within the level design, not just utilizing, you can only get here if you have this kind of Pikmin, but like the time of day plays into what you can do, which is really cool. So I'm enjoying myself a lot with Pikmin 4.
Good.
So I was looking up about Pikmin souls, about just generally about them, and they say, where do Pikmin souls go? And officially, the lore is they go to Pikmin purgatory, where they roam forever in endless anguish. So,
Yeah, all right.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I have to say this, but I hate to. You know how they put Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did take all the licensed stuff out of 2.
No, they did not. Are you serious?
damn.
Oh.
See, I have to say it because you
Couldn't
love
let him
it so
live
much.
alive.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean,
Don't
I still
give
got
me-
the GameCube version here, so like
There
I'm
you
good
go.
if I want
All
to
right.
if I want to tap that vein. But
I just wanted you to know.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense as to why, like I said, a lot of the stuff that you see, you'll get Nintendo licensed property. You'll get a lot of real life art. Like my Pikmin picked up the Thinker the other day and brought that back to the ship. You know,
Okay.
that you?
Yeah. A lot of public domain shit. Yeah.
A lot. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of public domain stuff, but you're
like
not
the
gonna
Animal
pick up
Crossing Art Museum.
You're not going to pick up like a Yoo-hoo. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And now it's time for letters to Mabel. Mabel, my lovely assistant here at Megadad's Live, who mans the switchboards and mops up the puke after every recording session. She's become something of a celebrity here at Megadad's, and she's getting a lot of fan mail. And we thought, why not introduce a brand new segment where people can write in for advice from the one and only Mabel. And today's letter comes from Seymour from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Dearest Mabel, I'm writing to you because I don't know where to turn. I'm a 78-year-old retiree, and I've recently lost my wife and life partner of 30 years. My children are all grown and have long since moved out of the house and started lives of their own. My days are terribly lonesome, and I don't know how much longer I can bear to spend my days and nights in the quiet isolation of my twilight years. I recently came across the Megadad's Live podcast and was instantly enchanted and charmed by your no-nonsense cadence and your whimsical sense of humor. In my younger years, I might have been hesitant to profess my desires, but with age comes a sense of urgency and value in every moment. So I'm throwing caution to the wind and asking if you could find it in your heart to correspond with an old romantic who is looking to take one last chance at love. Yours truly, Seymour. Mabel, wow. You've got quite an admirer, Mabel. How would you care to respond?
Oh,
Jesus Christ. No. Mabel, no. This is not the right phone. No. I don't want I didn't even know you could do that with prunes. Cut the segment. Cut. This was a terrible idea. The place to be for Megadad's socials is the Megadad's Discord, where you can engage with your favorite Megadads as well as other friends of the Megadads every single day in our stress-free and welcoming social space. When you're a member of our Discord, you will get alerts for all of our content drops, so you never have to miss a review, a podcast, or a hot take. Partake in our fun weekly Megadad's holidays like Waluigi Wednesday and Final Fantasy Sunday, and become an active participant to make it on JB's Discord leaderboard. Megadad's Discord is fun, free, and follows you wherever you go. Join us today and become part of the conversation. All right, Antonio, what's your caboose?
Will may have suggested this to me and others on the show before. I can't recall. There's a book called Legends and Lattes. Was that?
Oh
you?
Yeah, no, I did do that.
So
that was my first podcast back. I recommended that.
I followed up on it and I bought it. I was like, if Will recommends something, I'm in. I bought it and I can't put it down. I'm on like chapter 7 after 2 sittings, and it's nice. I think the tagline is like something like high adventure with low stakes, and it's a very like not too much happens action wise, but it's a nice calming.
No, that book is a warm hug, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice before bed read. It has fantasy elements. It's about building a coffee shop in a fantastical fantasy realm, and it's fun. It's calming. It's just the perfect amount, not too much. I think like my wife, who likes fantasy sci-fi a little bit, sometimes would like it, so I'm gonna pass it on to her next. But Legends and Lattes does have a follow-up book. I forget the name of it, but I'm interested in continuing with that once this is wrapped up. It's nice.
God, I don't remember what that one is called, but it doesn't come out till like November or something.
Oh,
so
Okay,
It's
I
not
didn't
out
know.
yet.
Okay, but it's
Oh,
a nice game.
it's like bookshelves and bone dust or
something
something.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's nice.
I'm pretty sure those are the two words. I just don't know what order they're in.
But it rolls out slow. You know, it's a
Mhm.
slow burn, very calming, very like like I said before, bed read. So Legends and Lattes, people, read something.
It's a book that will tuck your ass in.
Yeah, it's nice.
Give you a warm milk and tell you to sweet dreams, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening to this episode of Mega Dads Live. We got so much stuff happening this month. We're doing Extra Life. Extra Life High Score is happening right now, where every week we're playing a new game in the Discord and competing for high scores. It's so much fun. And we will see you guys very soon because this is now a weekly show. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Mega Dads Live, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.